Friends, we are doomed. Machines are definitely gonna take over us. That auto steer keeps me in lane better than what I do when I'm driving. It's definitely more centered than when I drive the car. One other thing that I've noticed. Hey guys, I've just picked up my rental car and I'm in Netherlands, and I think that's the best country where I can drive an electric car, and for that reason I opted for here. The charging network is well developed and it's not going to be that difficult to be able to charge a car. The only problem is that it is my first time driving electric car and I'm not very much aware of where is the best places to charge, how to charge a car, and what is the range. But yeah, I decided to give it a go, and this is a car that I opted for. Here it is. It is a Tesla Model Y. To be fair, I don't even know if it's a long range or what it is. So let's head to the back. Maybe on the back it's gonna say. Alright, it says dual motor. So if it's the dual motor, I hope it will be the long range as well. The dual motor, I think that means it's more powerful. It's not that it is the long range, but we'll see. And let's get in because it's really noisy here. And one of the benefits of driving an electric car is that it's well insulated. The car indeed is the long range dual motor variant of the Model Y. And there is one thing I have to confess: it was extremely easy to start driving this car. I don't know if that is with every electric car or just with Teslas. The user interface is very intuitive. As soon as you sit in the car and with that menu here, you know what is happening. So here it's, you know that that's the degrees, so you press on it, then you're presented with your climate controls. Then if you're a bit curious and you press on the car, then you're presented with all the car settings. So here you've got your pedals and steering adjustments, you've got charging, autopilot, locks, lights, displays, trips, navigation settings, and so on. So these are the car settings here. You've got here the camera, obviously that's going to show you what you see through the cameras. And you've got phone, where you can connect your phone. Also Apple Music, here is the menu. So it is very easy car to start driving, and it took me probably 10-15 minutes to get used to it, and now I'm totally fine. So I'm heading towards Eindhoven Airport. I took the car from Schiphol Airport, that's in Amsterdam. I'm going towards Eindhoven Airport. The distance between the two is 125 kilometers. I'm 45 kilometers away now, which means I've traveled 80 kilometers. When I picked up the car, it was at 86% charge. Now is at 72. So for 80 kilometers I've used 14% of my charge. Okay, so as a range it shows us I've used 14%, it's at 72% now, and it shows us that we have 373 kilometers left. And let's reverse out of here, and with so many cameras it will be interesting to go around. Alright, and drive off of here. I did few small adjustments, so I wanted to test the auto steer and see how that works. It gave me a few warnings that I need to keep my hands on the steering wheel, and we have to do the acceleration test. We need to see how that car does from 0 to 60. I bet it's gonna be faster than my Z4, but I'm curious by how much. I wish I took the Draghi. I should have taken the Draghi, but I have that app on the phone, which is not very accurate, but I'll try it. So let's try the acceleration just for the giggles. Now we're on the highway, and I'm going with 78. The maximum speed here is 100. Obviously, we're not going to be going over the speed limit, but there is no limit for how fast you can accelerate, so let's give it a go. Okay, yeah, that was fast. And now I'm going to try and see how the auto steering works. Hopefully we're gonna be safe, so let's give it a go. I think it was double tap, yeah, double tap on the gear knob, gear stick, gear lever, whatever that is. Okay, I'm just slightly holding the steering wheel with one hand. It seemed like with everything else, it is very intuitive. Again, I had a prompt here saying apply steering pressure, so I guess it just needs to know that I haven't fallen asleep. This one looks like a little bit like Queen Elizabeth's Bridge on Dartford Crossing, but it is not. Friends, we are doomed. Machines are definitely gonna take over us. That auto steer keeps me in lane better than what I do when I'm driving. It's definitely more centered than when I drive the car. One other thing that I've noticed is when I'm going past a truck, it moves me slightly out, further away from the truck. So that, I guess, is just some type of precaution in case the lorry moves, or the wind moves the lorry to one side, just so we're not close to each other. I'm curious to see what is gonna happen if I am between two bigger vehicles. Is it again gonna steer me slightly to the left away from the truck, or is it gonna keep me dead centered? Well, no big trucks on the left, so although I was saying that now, did you see that? We're just, again, it moved me, it's probably about this much, but it still moves you when you are next to a lorry. The one pedal driving, it takes some getting used to, but it's not the end of the world. How am I gonna make that? Now here, I need to do like a U-turn. Alright, so I picked up my passengers, and now the range that I have got left is 294 kilometers, 57%. So after I stopped by Eindhoven Airport, I did about 10 more kilometers, and the percentages dropped, but we were sat in the car for quite some time, and I guess that also contributed to the percentage lost. But I think we're doing right. Now we're heading towards Antwerp in Belgium. Let's see if we're gonna be able to make it to Antwerp and then back to the location where we're gonna stay for tonight. So that's gonna be another around 200 kilometers. The range says 293, and let's see how far we're gonna get. And we have arrived in Antwerp. Now the percentage that we have left is 39% battery, and that is 204 kilometers range. So we have used 90 kilometers range to travel 90 kilometers, which is fantastic, and 39% battery left. And I believe we set off at 50, was it 52, 57%? I'm gonna double check that when I am editing the video. So yeah, I think we did pretty well on that little trip. And now we have another about 100 kilometers to our next stop. But first we're gonna do some sightseeing. So see you later. So my last trip here, and you can see I've been pretty energy efficient. I've used 140 watt hours per kilometer, and I've driven for an hour and a half, 91 kilometers. Then the since last charge, 146 watt hours per kilometer, 239 kilometers. So very good average energy consumption. Total energy use 35 kilowatts. And we've arrived at our destination, and as predicted very accurately from the car, we are just at 12% now, and that leaves us with, is it gonna show me, 61 kilometers of range. That should be enough to get us to one of the Tesla SuperChargers. So let's have a look of our efficiency. So the distance that we covered is 113 kilometers, 1 hour 46 minutes, 168 watt hours per kilometer. So yeah, not as efficient as I did previously, but we have to take into consideration that the temperature is much lower now. We drove from where we were until now, so 113 kilometers at around 1 to 3 degrees, which, as you know, it is detrimental for the battery range. So yeah, we did well today. Let's see what is going to be tomorrow's adventure. And the more important thing is, let's see how easy it's going to be for someone who's never charged an electric car is to use the Tesla SuperCharger's network. Okay, let's head over to the SuperCharger, as we're not going to have any fuel, so-called, or range for our trip tomorrow. Alright, so I had a slight problem. When oh no, to be fair, we need to be not here. Alright, so we had a slight issue here. When I put the fast charger as a destination so we can charge the battery, I remember that probably I needed to have an account, so I downloaded the Tesla app, I registered for the app, and what happened is that I actually need to own the vehicle to be able to use the Tesla SuperCharger's network. So if you rent a Tesla and you're planning to use a supercharger, well, you're not in a very good position, as you're not going to be able to use the network only if the Tesla you drive is rented and registered with Tesla. Now I am 27 kilometers of range. I have left 27 kilometers of range and 5% battery. Hopefully the charging station that I came to is gonna work. Right, let's go. The following situation was simply created because I didn't do my homework beforehand, and I should have done, but I didn't. I know it is a learning curve,
but at this moment of time, it's just a unnecessary complication.
Alright, so I'm to this Allego chargers. So these are superchargers. Let's see now. Now, before we see that, what I'm wondering is, does the Tesla accept, what is this one? CCS. All right, now let's open. I guess that's one way of testing it. Is mine the same? Although it seems different, so I don't know how accurately. So this is what I've got here. That's what they've given me, the cable from the car. Now I'm gonna Google if Tesla accepts CCS. Alright, it says please authenticate. So I'm not exactly sure if I can use the 300 kilowatt hours. There are some buttons. I guess I need to authenticate it with my card. So not very easy. Definitely not as easy as I thought. Alright, let's have a look at the other chargers that they have on that station. Alright, so this is a smaller machine. Maybe I'm gonna have more success with this one. Yeah, it seems like here they accept even normal cards. It would have been helpful if they had English. And I managed to plug our car in the 50 kilowatts charger. It seems to be working fine. The machine is making a weird noise. The green Tesla logo is flashing, which is a good sign. And even better sign than that is that we have here a timer showing us how much time remaining we've got until we get to a certain percentage. To be fair, I don't know what that percentage is. Now we are at 9%. We stopped at 4% here. Now we're at 9%, and I'm really happy actually that it worked. So yeah, let's see if it's gonna work out as well as I hope to work. Oh no, there it says charge limit 50%. So I guess it's gonna take us now 45 minutes to reach the 50% charge. Interesting. Oh well, we'll get to see, but still, we're lucky that we've managed to find that place. And we've now put 30 kilowatts and we're charging at 311 kilometers per hour. We have 10 minutes remaining and we're at 43%. Now, I still have no idea why we have a charge limit of 50%. Probably it's gonna be more clear when I go to make the payment. It's gonna show me. But anyway, this charger is a bit expensive. I googled it, so this one charges you 75 cents per kilowatt. So yeah, not very economical. So I'm gonna try and find something that it is cheaper and it still charges as fast, hopefully. If not, we're gonna be back here tomorrow. Okay, and we reached 50% charge, so I guess now I'm gonna walk here to see if there's anything I need to do. No, I'm gonna take this one out. Oh, I cannot take it out. I guess I need to wait until it's 50% and then take it. I have no idea what I gotta do. So let's get back in the car. And we're at 49%. I went out to check if I can take the charger out of the car. It didn't let me. So let me check. I think here there was an option charging. Okay, so I can unlock the charging port and I believe, oh, it says charging complete. And I actually heard a clicking noise from the back, so that was the charging port unlocked, I believe. Charging equipment not ready. See equipment instruction to start charging. Good. Now let's go back there, see what's happening. Now we have this. Okay, yeah, that was easy. Took that. The little door closed itself. I'm here. Now, what I'm gonna do is just check my account and see how much it charged me. So that charge, to get from 4% to 50%, it cost us 25 euro. Let me see. Yeah, we have 50% battery now, which is gonna be enough for 259 kilometers, and that was 25 euro. What I want to do now is I basically came back here at the 300 kilowatt hour charger, so I wanted to see if that charger is actually going to work with the Tesla. As I googled it, and apparently the Tesla also takes the CCS type charging cable, so I'm gonna give it a go. Now I am more familiar with the process. All right, so here we are. This is the 300 kilowatt charger. Now what you gotta do, you just gotta pull hard. So you pull hard that, and then you go here, you come around here and you present your card. I cannot show you that process as I need to use my phone, as that's where my card is stored. So I'm gonna stop the video now. And for some reason it doesn't accept my card. Let's try. I remember it, I have the physical version of this card, so let's give this one a go. Let's see if that's gonna work. No, that doesn't work. Let's try a different card. That doesn't work either. Pressing the buttons doesn't do anything, so that's interesting. So what I had to do is download the app. They had that QR code here that you scan, you download the app. Oh yeah, and I had to add my bank card to... Oh, I think we stopped charging. Why we stopped charging? I have no idea. Let's check. I think they have a restriction, and once I've reached 50%, I'm just not allowed to charge more. That is why we were unable to use it, but I guess we're gonna come back tomorrow and try it again, right? And we are at the Tesla charging heaven. There is plenty of Tesla chargers. I believe there were 22. I found a way how to do it actually. I don't need to be an owner of Tesla. You can do it as a non-Tesla owner and still charge your Tesla.
I was able to charge the Tesla, but not via the app. I was actually using the vehicle owner's account, and that was not by choice. It was automated. So as soon as I plugged in the charging cable into the car, it overrode the app status. In that case, what you gotta be careful is if your rental company has some fees on top of what you're paying,
and charge it. Now we're charging at a pretty fast rate at 650, 60, 70, 80, 700 kilometers per hour. I figured it out. So basically you can limit how much battery you can charge by just sliding that arrow here. Well, now I cannot slide it, but this arrow, you slide it left and right or forwards and back, and that's how you can determine what amount of power you want to put in your car. So it's pretty easy, but if you didn't know it, then yeah, you would have thought like myself that the charger is what limits you how much power you can use or put in your car.
And we are now done charging. We did 20 euro the Maastricht Tesla SuperChargers, and now we are ready to go. And I have arrived at Lidl. Here is where I'm planning to charge the car now. Supposedly it's a free charger. Whether it's going to be free or not, we're going to understand very shortly. I'm at 14% battery, 70 kilometers range, and the interesting thing is that here on the nearby charging, it is not shown. So let's see what is going to happen. Let's head over there and see if we're going to be able to use it. So here is a charger. Okay, AC, DC. Well, this one is being used, so we're gonna have to wait for the car next to us. Yeah, and we are at a very good spot. So we're lucky. It is a free charger, and the guy just finished his session. It is half an hour that you can use the charger for. So we're gonna plug it in for half an hour, and we're gonna use it. Let's see what it says here. Welcome, connect OK, and now we're gonna just press start. Preparing. Let's see if it's gonna work. Setting up communication with the car. Okay, at these high prices, Lidl are doing us such a good favor, letting us use the charge. We are charging now at a rate of 235 kilometers an hour. It's not bad, and considering it's free, it's perfect actually. I shouldn't be complaining. So we're gonna stay here for half an hour, and let's see how much charge we're gonna pick up. I think we did pretty well. We have 30% battery now, which is going to be enough for 190 kilometers. And there is another electric car coming over to charge their battery at no cost. Okay, and now I have encountered a problem. So the display is not working. It doesn't respond to any of my commands, any of my touches. So that issue with the display, it magically fixed itself in about 30 minutes. I don't know what happened. So I left the car, I did some shopping, I came back, and in 30 minutes I was able to use it. I guess it reset itself, or have no idea what's happened there, but I'm glad that it fixed itself. As having everything on that display, you couldn't do anything. Okay, and now we're heading back to the airport to return the car. It's gonna take us about an hour and 40 minutes, 160 odd kilometers away from here. It says that when we get there, we're gonna be at 46% battery. Now what the plan is, as I need to return the car at minimum of 75% battery, is to stop at one of the chargers to put some power in, and then return it. The alternative is not too bad either. I can leave the car with less charge, and they're just gonna charge me 80 cents per kilowatt. Now that is a big turn, and I don't even need to use my hands. That's a little bit scary, but the car manages it quite well. And let's see if it's gonna accelerate following the truck. Now we're 70, 71, yep. We seem to be keeping the same distance from the truck, and we're doing well. Let's apply slight pressure. If I had a charger at home, would have made the overall trip much smoother and more pleasant, as I wouldn't have to be going to public chargers and charge the car, and I would have been able to leave it at home. But not everyone
has a charger at home, so yeah, that's one thing to consider, that you're gonna be spending some time charging the car, going to different charging stations and spending like 20-30 minutes at a time to charge, maybe sometimes even longer if it is not a supercharger. And what else? Sometimes there were faulty chargers. The way to charge a car is not as easy as going to a gas station and just put a few there, go to the kiosk and pay. You need to have in mind that you may need to use an app, and sometimes the machine may not accept your cards. Now, as it comes for renting, I would advise you to leave the car charged, as if you leave the car and you haven't charged it, depending on the company, they may charge you a different amount to get the battery to the percentage, the required percentage. So what I think is that it's better when you get near to the airport or wherever you have rented the car from, just stop by, spend half an hour, put a little bit of charge, and then return the car. And we're doing one last charge at the Tesla SuperCharger. Now we are charging at 61 kilowatts, 388 kilometers per hour. It says 50 minutes remaining until full. Obviously I'm not gonna wait that long, as I have to return the car at 11 o'clock. It's already 12 minutes past 11. We're literally like 5 minutes away from the airport, but still I don't want to be too late, so I'm gonna stay here for about 10 minutes and then I'm gonna head over to the airport. We are at 49% now. Let's see how much power we're gonna be able to pick up in 10 minutes at the supercharger. Now we started charging faster, but it's already 11:25, so I'm not sure what is gonna be better. To wait here and charge until we get to a higher percentage, or just drive the car over to the Hertz place and leave it with whatever charge it has. Phew, tough decisions. I'm already late, 25 minutes, and there is a 9 minutes drive to there. So what would you have done, guys? These are the rates at which I'm charging, which are pretty decent. It says that we're gonna reach the car rental place at 70%, not quite as the 75% that they're asking for, but it is as best as I could get, and I don't want to be too late. Well, I'm already 35 minutes late, but you know what I mean. I don't want to be very late. I would be more than happy to drive an electric car, especially if I had a charger at home. So that is it.